So, well, I mean, she doesn't know who he is. He sort of he's never existed and doesn't exist in this universe. So, it's certainly not the reunion that Peter would be,
Mm.
wishing for.
Well, when he does come back, is there some sort of innate pull between the two of them, or does she maybe not believe who he says he is?
Well, I think for everybody, like all of a sudden, this stranger essentially appears and says that he's not a stranger at all, and we've aired 2 episodes. We've
Yes.
up to 2,
Mhm.
haven't we?
Mhm.
But the next episode to air, you'll get a little bit of a taste of what kind of pool there
Okay.
is between for Olivia and for Walter too, actually, with Peter.
Okay.
Lincoln is, like essentially, I mean, Lincoln's here to stay, so I think probably more for Peter, I think that's something that I'm interested to see what happens there, because all of a sudden there is another man in Olivia's life, not necessarily romantically, but, they start working together, they're partners. I was surprised that they made it so kind of domestic at the end of last season. I kind of thought that it could have been strung out a little bit more to become a little bit more epic. But then every time they do put them together, they do then split them apart. So possibly, I mean, I've said that all along. It's set up that way. So yeah, of course you have to go with that, or of course.
And it seems now that Olivia is kind of like Walter's surrogate child. How does that change, or that dynamic shift once Peter comes back?
Well, I guess, as I said, all of this stuff is sort of like from, I think what the changes that are there really are from, on Peter's side, because he's the one entering this world and, no longer has a place,
Right.
or things are different. Whereas, like Walter and Olivia and Astrid have just kind of like made do. Like this is how we've always known it to be. And I don't think that there's that many. I think that's really the only thing that's kind of shifted, and that's really the only thing that I've sort of thought about is everything. They've still been fighting the same things. Life
Right.
is pretty much the same. It's just the relationships are that little bit different because, of course, you add another person and the dynamic shifts. And so I guess with Walter and Olivia, they've just. I guess they're kind of closer. I guess they've had to be because there hasn't been that buffer that